Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital 24H News channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Lulu looked at Rocco in shock at the Quartermain estate, and he looked back at her. Rocco jumped into Lulu's arms and offered her a warm welcome as soon as she called his name. Following their embrace, Lulu was astounded by Rocco's increased height. Lulu was shocked by Rocco's response when she asked him how long she had been gone. "Rocco, you've been in a coma for 4 years, Mom," he remarked. Lulu performed the math immediately. "You're not my little guy anymore. You are 15 years old. You're so handsome for a teenager," she exclaimed, astonished. Rocco stood crying as Lulu apologized for being away for so long. Rocco's voice was caught up as she continued, "It's so good to hear it, but I had trouble remembering your voice." The fact that she simply entered the Quartermain home as though nothing had occurred astounded him. Dante entered before Rocco could continue, and he was astounded by what he saw. Lulu said, "Long time no see," and then she reached for Dante. Dante, who was horrified and in disbelief, recommended that she be checked out in the hospital after she abruptly lost her equilibrium. "Thanks, but no. I spent 4 years in the hospital the last time I was there," she remarked. Lulu was escorted to the couch by Rocco and Dante so she could sit down. In order to speak with Lulu alone, Dante dispatched Rocco to buy her something to eat. "It's unbelievable that I'm sitting here and speaking with you," Dante said. "You're back." As Dante sat there staring in shock, Lulu revealed that she had hitched a ride back to Port Charles. He questioned Lulu about how she woke up and why she fled Turning Woods without alerting anyone. "I heard Cyrus Renault and he said he was my uncle, so I just knew I had to get away from Cyrus," Lulu recalled. Dante decided that this was the best time to inform Lulu that Cyrus was, in fact, her uncle. "He has the same father as your mother." After spending a few years in prison, Dante claimed to have found God, he informed a perplexed Lulu. Lulu told Dante the full vile story of how she had to flee because she thought Cyrus was going to go to South Carolina. "I went home and scared a little boy," she informed him. Lulu giggled when Dante revealed that Maxie now resided there and that she had been speaking to James. When Lulu arrived at the Quartermains to visit Tracy, she was taken aback to see Rocco and inquired as to why he was there. Dante informed her that they would be staying there, but he did not elaborate on why. "How did I end up in a coma?" Lulu asked the most critical inquiry because she had more vital things to hear. According to Lulu, she had a dim memory of the night of the floating rib explosion, but there was a haze around it. Lulu remembered that after Dustin proposed to her, everything fell apart. At last, she recalled Dustin's death from an explosion. The thought of never being able to say goodbye to Dustin made Lulu start crying. Dante filled in the details, telling Lulu that she was in a coma because of a head injury that the doctors had initially overlooked. When Rocco got back, he brought Lulu a sandwich that was prepared just the way she wanted it. Lulu was not shocked to learn that Maxie had frequently visited her, which accounted for her immaculately manicured nails. Lulu remarked, "It just feels so good to be back with my boys," not realizing Danny was watching from outside the room. When Lulu questioned why she had a scar and bandage on her tummy, Rocco explained that she had received a liver transplant. While Danny stood out of sight, distraught, Rocco attempted to tell his mother the details, but Dante intervened. Lucky came in and begged to spend some time alone with his mother while Laura was at home working with her helper. Laura was so happy and excited when Lucky informed her that Lulu was awake. Laura immediately wanted to go to Turning Woods, but Lucky stopped her. When Laura saw the security footage showing Lulu moving around Turning Woods as though she hadn't been in a coma for the last 4 years, she was astounded. Laura saw how focused Lulu appeared. "I am unable to comprehend. She simply left Turning Woods after waking up." Before performing an APB on her daughter, Laura pondered. Lucky inquired as to whether Laura had given Cyrus permission to discuss Lulu's care with Turning Woods. That seemed absurd to Laura, who was concerned that Lulu had fled the facility because she was afraid of Cyrus. Laura was amazed by Lulu's use of the fire alarm to divert attention. "I am so proud of her for that very Spencer mood," she stated. When Drew discovered Jason outside the Quartermain boathouse, he became irate. Jason informed Drew that they had an important conversation to have. Jason clarified that he would move into the Q mansion to be with his son and that the children could remain together because he didn't want to keep Danny, Scout, and Rocco apart. Jason persisted despite Drew's refusal to even consider the possibility. "Monica, with whom I have previously spoken, is completely in favor of it." Regarding the day he slapped his brother across the face, Jason remarked, "And just so you know, you had it coming." "I guess Scout and I are heading to DC a little sooner than expected," Drew stated. At that moment, Carly unexpectedly showed up and was shocked to learn of Drew's plans. When Jason informed Carly that he was moving in with his family to be with Danny, she was just as shocked as Drew. Jason was instructed by Drew to simply drop Danny off at the Q mansion without him. "Scout and I are gone the moment you move in," Drew demanded. Carly tried to argue with Drew, telling him that it was logical to keep the children together. Drew consented, but if Jason was around, he wouldn't. "I can't have Scout around Jason's reckless behavior or the danger that comes with working with Sonny," Drew stated. Drew told Sam that he would try his best to get along with Jason. Carly reminded him. "I don't know why you insist on hanging on to this feud, but what matters now are those 3 kids," Carly stated to the brothers. A sane Jason promised Carly that he would live with Danny at the Quartermains, but that Drew would decide what would happen to Scout. Carly was still arguing in a rage. "Do this for your children, you are wonderful men who adore them." "But do it for Sam, more than anything else," she replied. In the end, Drew consented to stay as long as Jason vowed to stop using violence. "I will not be the one to break the peace," Jason declared. Alexis reprimanded Rick for his treatment of Christina during the stand while they were still in the courthouse. Alexis accused Rick of manipulating Christina in an attempt to exact revenge on Sonny. "You truly lack moral integrity." "Rick, how are you sleeping?" Alexis inquired. "I'm sleeping well because I know I did my best to defend Ava," an angry Rick informed her. "The fact that it just pisses you and Sonny off is a bonus," added Rick. Alexis questioned how Rick could harm Molly's sister in this way. When Rick questioned Alexis about how she failed to recognize that she preferred Christina over Molly, it only made him more irate. "You are unable to recognize the truth, even when it is directly in front of you." "That's pitiful," Rick remarked. Alexis reminded Rick that the man who kept Carly in a panic room during her pregnancy was not someone she would follow for parenting guidance. "Alexis, Molly believes that I am an excellent father." "She wouldn't say the same of you, I'm sure," Rick said. Alexis would realize that the prosecution had no case, so Rick begged her to apply her lawyer's objectivity. "Christina suffered a terrible, tragic accident." "Just that," Rick continued. At Alexis' request, Sonny took Christina back to her home following the trial. Sonny was questioned by Christina what he thought of their court day. "Be honest with me. How awful was it?" she inquired. Christina didn't believe Sonny's best efforts to tell her that she performed admirably on the stand. "I made a mistake," Christina bemoaned. "I let Rick get to me despite all of my preparation." Since Christina was at Ava's hotel room because of the custody battle for Avery, Sonny partially blamed himself for everything. All Christina wanted was payment from Ava. The desire for revenge and your thirst for justice is a hell of a motivator, but if that's what's going to keep your head above water, I'm not going to tell you to run away from it, said Sonny. Christina was concerned that Ava wouldn't be found guilty by the jury. Sonny promised her that he would take care of Ava if justice didn't. Alexis soon entered. She was taken aback by Christina's apparent calmness following her testimony. Alexis believed Christina had accepted that Ava was having a better trial than she was. Christina told an astonished Alexis, "I truly feel that no matter what the outcome is now, I'm going to be able to find peace." When Molly and TJ got home, they talked about what had happened that day. TJ was taken aback by Molly's evaluation of the testimony. After hearing Christina's and Ava's versions of events, I am starting to come to terms with the fact that it was all just a horrible, tragic accident, Molly stated. TJ disagreed. Rather, he believed that the entire sad event that murdered his child was the responsibility of both Ava and Christina. It's true that Christina was in the wrong place at the wrong time by choice, but she never attacked Ava, and I don't believe that Ava pushed her, Molly clarified. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.